things, okay? Some of you do it better than others. And but it's deeper than just singing, okay? So, well, I ain't a very good singer. That's not what it's talking about here. I do my power psalms each day. I read them aloud. Why? That's scripture. Right there is one of the reasons why I do that. I want to offer to God sacrifices of praise from my lips. So I read my power psalms aloud. Psalm 93 was my power psalm today. It's a good one. It's a keeper. And so very powerful there. But it goes on. Look at verse 16. And do not forget to do good and to share with others, for such sacrifices with such sacrifices God is pleased. In other words, practice love. Practice charity. It's about doing the great commandment. What was the great commandment? In Matthew 22, verses 36 through 40, Jesus was asked, what's the greatest commandment? He says, to love the Lord your God with everything you got. That's the paraphrase version. Love the Lord your God. Love the Lord your God with everything you got. Secondly, love your neighbor as yourself. All 10 of the 10 commandments are summed up in those two sentences. Love the Lord with everything you got. Love your neighbor as yourself. Take care of all the 10 commandments. The problem is, we struggle with that. Because to do that, we can't be the center of the universe. Doggone it, I like being the center of the universe. I really enjoy it. I like it when my wife just it doesn't happen often. But when she just loads all that praise and she treats me very well. There's no doubt about that. And so we like that. But in God's sacrificial system, we need to find ways to give Him praise, to serve Him, and to serve others around us. And there's another part of this too, and this amazes a lot of people. It's about how we give back to God. Go to Philippians, the 4th chapter. And I read this because you have to understand, I don't write this stuff. I just report the news, okay? And so Philippians chapter 4, verses 17 and 18. What else is an acceptable sacrifice pleasing to God? We pick it up again in verse 17 of chapter 4 of Philippians. Not that I am looking for a gift, but I am looking for what may be credited to your account. Verse 18. I have received full payment, and even more. I am amply supplied. Now that I have received from Epaphroditus the gifts you sent, note this, they are a fragrant offering, an acceptable sacrifice pleasing to God. What? The financial contributions that were sent with Epaphroditus that kept Paul on the mission field. No other church gave Paul funding and support like the church of Philippi. They kept Paul on the mission field time and time again. And when we give with a thankful heart, we give a tithe and more, we give this to God, it becomes, according to Paul, an acceptable sacrifice pleasing to God. If Jesus is our best friend, we should seek to do that, right? We should, and by the way, that's why we talk about friendship with Jesus here at Adventure. Because we can understand friendship. There's other bigger, deeper theological terms that you need to understand as time goes on. But the number one thing is you need to understand a friendship with Christ. Because what will you do for your friends? Anything. So there's a lot riding on how we view all this and how we view God's chosen living stone. And that brings us to this third part today. And that is thirdly, our reaction to the living stone determines our destiny. Now, this is where I need the Star Wars thing. Darth Vader, Luke, I am your father. I love him. And he reaches out and he says, take hold of my hand. The Emperor knows he cannot destroy us together. Luke, this is your destiny. I no longer remembers that. It's very dramatic. He's already got his hands chopped.